Hello all, Shadwell here, ready to talk about the next film in my collection, Aquaman from 2018. It's directed by James Wan and stars Jason Momoa and Willem Dafoe. Does anybody remember this atrocious HBO show called Entourage about a young actor and his closest friends being awful people around the globe and life just keeps shitting rainbows on them? Well, if you do, you might remember that they had that young actor headline a James Cameron version of Aquaman. Well, who knew that a little ways down the road, Hollywood would make an actual movie out of Aquaman, and who would have guessed that they'd get James Wan to direct it? James Wan, who you might know primarily as a horror director of films like Saw, The Conjuring, and Malignant, but let's not pigeonhole the man. He directed the 7th installment of the Fast and the Furious series to quite a bit of success, and was handed the keys to the Aquaman kingdom. And he hit it out of the park. I remember first seeing this in the theater and being very concerned that Wan's horror sensibilities wouldn't translate well into an action film. Well, I couldn't be happier to be wrong. Wan really understood the assignment and made a pretty great superhero film. I don't usually pay attention to DC films as I think their TV game is a lot better than their films, but Aquaman is certainly an outlier. I think what I appreciate most was the openness of it. All the wide shots during intense action sequences. My biggest pet peeve about action movies, particularly Michael Bay movies, is that when the action starts, the camera tends to zoom in, but not so with Aquaman, and I really noticed that this time around. Especially the fluidity of the camera in that first fight between Atlanta and the soldiers sent to capture her. It's a very well choreographed and shot fight sequence that I had to watch a second time because I wanted to truly appreciate it. Jason Momoa makes a delightful smartass Aquaman, and I'm interested to see how they're going to sweep she who shall apparently not be named under the rug in the sequel when she had such a big part in this first film. Oh, and who would think Patrick Wilson could pull off that villain? Well, he does, and I never once doubted him because he's just that damn good that he can act his way through practically any role. It's a little on the long side at 2.5 hours, but considering everything they jam-packed into that time, it could have easily been twice that long. I'm gonna give Aquaman a big ol' A- for besting my expectations. Tomorrow it's Argento's Dracula, and that is the full title, so it is in the A's. See y'all then.